In an age of political division across the country, Harrisburg certainly is no exception. Still, state lawmakers on both sides say one measure has a good chance to get passed this year. Fox 43's Marshall Keeley explains the push to regulate Pennsylvania games of skill and how that could impact businesses.
You may see them in corner stores, restaurants, and gas stations. Pennsylvania games of skill operate differently than slot machines, testing players' reaction times, memorization, and pattern recognition skills, but they're still considered a form of gambling. In 2023, Pennsylvania's Commonwealth Court ruled the games, which are not regulated or taxed by the state, are legal in Pennsylvania, and operators could continue to carry the electronic gaming systems. As a new legislative session begins in Harrisburg, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are talking.
I think there has to be regulation of games of skill, or whatever they're called anymore. It seems to me they are so prolific. We're having mini casinos in places. I consider this a public safety issue. I consider it something that we have to get our arms around.
The governor would like it. The Senate Republicans are for it. I think that's something that we can get on the negotiating table and get it done this year.
A Republican state senator and a Democratic state representative have introduced memos in their respective chambers to tax the games for the first time at a 16% rate and require state licenses to operate the terminals.
It can't be the wild, wild west. It's got to be a regulated market. We have to make sure that minors can't play, for one thing.
Lawmakers see it as another source of revenue for the state.
$300 million, we could pave a lot of roads, fix a lot of bridges.
But business owners could be taking a loss.
They were a lifeline during COVID, and they still are to some places. I mean, they take these machines out of here, and you're going to see more and more mom and pop bars and restaurants going out of business.
Jim DeLisio is vice president of the Pennsylvania Licensed Beverage and Tavern Association. He's owned Racehorse Tavern in Jackson Township, York County, for 37 years. He says games of skill can be lucrative for businesses like his.
I mean, some places I think are making, you know, $50,000, $80,000, $100,000 a year on these, and other places maybe not. I guess it just depends on the location and the play and the people that are playing them.
DeLisio hopes lawmakers don't go overboard in taxing the machines, fearing they could freeze out business owners.
I just hope that they sit down and they really come up with an honest, fair taxation rate so that everybody at the end of the day gets a little bit of piece of the pie.
Lawmakers have not yet introduced any formal legislation to regulate or tax skill games in Pennsylvania. Proposed bills to do so in the last session stalled in budget talks, but lawmakers we spoke to expect a different outcome in 2025. Marshall Keeley, Fox 43 News.